Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Makeup Susan M and welcome. Today I am going to be using the Price by Jazz Chronic eyeshadow palette. So let's get into this beat. I am going to be using my P. Louise base in Rumour 2 and I'm going to place that all over my eyelids and to get it prepped for the eyeshadow we about to place. So right now I'm just patting that base out. So now that we got that base all nice and blended out, I am going to begin using that blue shade and start placing that on my outer V of my eyes. I am not bringing it all the way in. I'm stopping halfway on my eyes. So I'm placing that shadow down to the desired pigmentation that I want. And as you can see, this eyeshadow palette is very pigmented, so you really don't need to pack a lot of color on. The color is already there. Well, I should say the pigment is already there. So now that I got that shade done, I'm going to go into this orange shade and pack that on top of the blue shade. That's going to be my transition shade, and those are the only two matte shadows I'm using on my outer V area. So after I got that color done, I am going to go back into the blue shade and we're going to start blending, because as you can see, it was such a harsh line. I didn't want it to leave it like that because that's not the look I'm going for. I want to have a smoother transition between the two shades. So we're going to go back into each shade that we use. So it's all about building and blending. And blend until your hands hurt. When you know your hands hurting, that's when you know the blend is gonna be good. So here I'm using just a makeup wipe and I'm cleaning off my lid because I'm going to do a half cut crease. So I'm going to be using my P. Louise Acid Rain base in blank canvas to cut my crease. So you want to take your time with cutting your crease, because even I still have trouble cutting my crease because one side be higher than the other always. Just know your eyes is like your eyebrows. They are sisters, not twins. One eye is bigger than one eye is higher than one, so you always try to make it even, just like your eyebrows. So just take your time with cutting your crease. So after I'm finished cutting my crease, I'm going to go back into the blue shade and start tapping it back on my outer V, because we lost a little bit of that pigment when I was cutting the crease and had to blend it out. So now that we got that out of it back to how we want it, I'm going to go in with the shimmer shade, and this is it's like a bluish greenish shimmer shade. I would have all the names listed in the description down below, but as you can see, that shimmer shade, the pigmentation is, yes honey. And all I did was one swipe in that eyeshadow. So to get the edges, I'm going to be using a brush to get the edges, and as you can see, the brush and all is doing its job. I did not wet the brush, I did not wet my finger. The pigment on this eyeshadow palette is unmatched. So now we're gonna go into J.Lo Rouge white diamond, and I'm going to place that on top of that shimmer just to add a little more sparkle to the look. Now I'm adding that yellow shade on my inner corner and dragging it into my crease as well. So it almost like I'm doing like a yellow liner in my crease. And for the yellow, it's just the eyeshadow from the same palette that I'm using. So now that the eyes are done, I'm going to go in with my Ole Henriksen moisturizer. This is the Banana Brightening Primer, and not moisturizer, I'm sorry, it's their primer. And I'm going to place that all over my face, but actually I use it as a primer because it's so hydrating. And after I got that all over my face, I am going to go in with the Milk Hydro Grip primer and use that on my face as my primer. So the Ole Henriksen one, I use it as a moisturizer. And with the Milk Hydro Grip primer, you want to wait for the primer to dry down and to get a little tacky. You don't want to go in right away with your foundation. Just wait for it to get a little tacky and then go in with your foundation. So here I'm just pressing it into my skin. And for foundation, I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty, I think this is the Faux Filter foundation. I'm in the shade Mocha. Well, not really, because this foundation looks so dark on my skin. That's because I haven't been getting any sun. So yeah, I have to get a different shade. Because you will see my face after I finish blending this foundation out. I look like Oompa Loompa. Look at my face to my neck. But don't worry, we're gonna fix it. That's where concealer comes in. So for concealer, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm going to be using the shade Butterscotch and Sand. So here I'm just blending out that concealer from my chin, my forehead, and underneath my eyes. And I also use deep to do a little cover up of some of my dark spots I have on my skin. And as you can see, I just blend the edges of my concealer out from underneath my eyes. I didn't go all the way up underneath my lash line. Now I'm going in all the way up to my lash line because I was letting that concealer sit for a little while. Now I'm taking a brush and cleaning up my outer V area. So here I'm going in with my favorite powder, and this is the Beauty Bakery Flower Powder in Oat and Cassava. I use those two together to get my perfect shade for underneath my eyes. And it has underneath my eyes so smooth. I know you can see that scratch underneath my eyes. Yes, I got scratch underneath my eyes. I was so mad because putting makeup on it was burning. But hey, we gotta do what we gotta do, right? So I'm placing that powder everywhere that I place that concealer. Underneath my eyes, my chin, my forehead, the bridge of my nose. So now that we're looking ghostly, I'm going to go in with the Fenty bronzer in Coconutty and start to bring some life back into my skin. So we're about to bronze up my face. So I'm just bronzing my cheekbone areas, forehead. I'm gonna do a little nose contour. Nothing too crazy, just to bring back some depth into my nose. Or shadow back into my nose, as they say. And we definitely need bronze on that forehead because we need to shrink it. Because Lord knows I got a big forehead. So here I'm just using that same acid rain base and I'm placing that on my lower lash line because I'm going to go in with that yellow shade from the palette. So I want that yellow shade to be very pigmented, so that's why I use the blank canvas base. So I'm just adding that color back on my tear dot area because I lost a little bit when I put the concealer down. So I'm just adding back that color. So here I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay black pencil in Perversion, and I'm going to use that in my waterline. And this pencil is so pigmented. So I'm using the Juvia's Place brush, and I'm using that orange shade. That's my favorite color blush for my skin tone. I love an orange blush. So after I got that blush done, I am going to go in with the Blink and Wink mink lashes, and I'm going to place the lashes off camera, but I'm just showing you what the lashes look like. And the style is Winter Daze that I use. For my lip liner, I'm going to be using Doll Beauty lip pencil, and I will have the name listed in the description below. So I'm just lining my lips. And Doll Beauty had sent these lip pencils to me, and these lip pencils is very creamy. So after we took about 100 years to line our lip, now I'm going to go in with the Colored Rain liquid lipstick, and this is the collaboration that they did with Power. So I would have the shade name listed, and I'm just putting that on my bottom lip and patting it out. And after I finish patting that out, I'm going to go in with the KKW lip gloss and place that on my lip. I think this is the gloss that she did the collaboration with Makeup by Mario. So after I finish that, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder, and I'm using those two colors. The lighter one I'm using underneath my eyes, and the darker shade I use on my face itself to set it. So after I'm finished setting my face, I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill highlighter, and this is the Flare palette, and I'm going to put highlighter on my face everywhere I want to shine bright like a diamond. So after we finish highlighting, that's gonna be the completed look, you guys. Thank you for watching my video today. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, turn on your post notification, and yeah, you do not want to miss what I got coming next, so please turn on your post notification. And this is the completed look, you guys. Bye.